All right, what's going on, guys? So Dan at Landshark. So I want to cover a trade on the yen. I want to walk you through some positions. I'm short this yen on Thinkorswim and through an account at another broker. But I want to walk through some other positions on this. And you notice they're pretty small size positions because I'm trying to swing trade this, and I want to talk about trading this particular market. So with this particular yen setup here in this yen position, first I'm going to talk about this purple line here. I want to discuss what I'm looking for with this as it starts to break down. So when you look at this market, you've got to look left to figure out. The yen's very technical. So when this pulled back here, it rejected and rejected again. So whatever this level was here, right, this provided you with some type of, like resistance. So on the way back down, this will be some type of support. So this is one level that I'm watching on this. But I want to discuss trading the yen and the personality of this market and walk you through a macro picture of this and go through this. So when this yen was originally trading, you've got this large price move up, right? You've got to look at this from a macro position to try and determine what type of trade you're in. And if you don't understand market waves, it's too long to explain in this video. But you've got these fib levels that failed, right? I'm a big user of fibs. It's not a secret. I like them if you know how to use them. So on the way down, this 50 failed and this 61 failed. So on the way back up, these become, we call R levels, resistance, right? They act as resistance. Whether you choose or not to believe that, that's something I believe in a lot when I trade this. So let me explain why I even looked at entering this trade today and kind of walk you through this. So when we got up to this past 61.8 today, the personality, you've got to watch the price when it gets to this level. You've got to look at this and see. And you don't have to pay attention all day long, but this is a level. So you got here and you rejected, you rejected, you rejected, and then it's no secret, end of day, this thing starts to fade, right? Plus you've got a price gap here, and you've got this kind of past level. So I entered this short position. I'm looking to swing it, and I want to talk about as it goes through this, you just look for this thing to kind of come out of what you consider supply and fail in this position. So the way the yen trades is it's 1250, right, a tick, or 625 a tick, but it's 1250 when it's an easier way to do it. So it pays out quite a bit. So if you trade size with this and miss, it can hurt pretty quickly. But if you just trade 1, 2, 3 contracts, which is something I like to do, and swing trade it, I only have to put on a little bit of risk, right, and try to make a large trade. That's why I really like trading the yen currency futures as like a day trade or a swing trade vehicle. This particular setup, though, is a range-based setup because you've got this macro, right, R level. So this was macro and it failed up here, right? This past level down here, you've got a reaction off this. You've got a price gap here. So I want to start this position where I did, and if you notice my stop, it's relatively tight, right? So this is counter trend, right? This is counter trend trading. It's a hard thing to do. If you can't figure it out, it's one of the most psychologically tough things to do as a trader, is to trade when you see something going higher to short it, right? But this is where I want to start this yen position and possibly swing trade this and potentially try and bring this position lower into this kind of gap area. So this is what we're looking for in the yen position. We're looking for a pullback more. My exit, at least on this account, it'll probably be just above the gap fill. When you're trading the futures markets, especially the yen here, it becomes very algo-y. What happens is this didn't even fill this gap down here. It basically was front run and it ran on you. So I don't like to trade exactly to the gap fill. I like to be just above it. That way I can ensure an exit if I'm not at the computer when it kind of sets up. So if you're asking what these gap fill levels are, we have some templates with Landshark that we give out to our students. And this was a setup we're looking for. You had good resistance. You're getting momentum. Hopefully it starts to pick up for the short trade. So if you have questions, head over to the website. We have our monthly Trading 101 workshops and webinars. It's pretty simple to go to it. You basically just click over to Trading 101. You can come down here, take a look. It's a pretty decent setup, I would say. You can pick any one of the webinar dates. They're online, in person, Vancouver, Scottsdale. You get access to one of our chat rooms, just to kind of be a fly on the wall. And then we cover some of these topics here as well in Trading 101. So best of luck. We may do a kind of recap video, but this is what we're looking for in the yen short. And this is why we're shorting against a major